Yeah, I was inviting people to the stream. One said yes. And then I mentioned that Aiden would also be streaming. I was like, yeah, last time he helped raise over $2 million for charity. Like, it's great. I'm trying to raise as much as possible. And he's like, oh, I should have even said he. The person was like, well, when I come on, can Aiden just like get off the stream and just go in a different room? I was like, no, not really. It's on his stream. And they're like, well, I can't do it.
Let's be real, Aiden. Your community don't with me. And that's the truth, gang. Not only does your community not fuck with me, but the people around you don't.
Apparently, that mysterious streamer people were talking about in that viral clip turned out to be none other than Cenat, who allegedly backed out of a charity collaboration simply because he didn't want to work with Aiden Ross. And honestly, at this point, it shouldn't shock anyone. Kai has no problem showing off his massive wealth online, yet when it comes to actually helping people who need it, he suddenly disappears. His much-hyped school project in Nigeria ended up becoming nothing more than an abandoned promise. He didn't contribute to TeamWater, and on top of that, he even blocked X while still owing him $100,000 from a lost bet. It really feels like Kai is single-handedly destroying his own career in real time, all because he refuses to part with his money despite having hundreds of millions. And the craziest part? People aren't letting him get away with it. This entire drama between MrBeast and Cenat kicked off when a tweet went viral online. The post claimed that MrBeast indirectly revealed to Aiden Ross that Kai had turned down their collaboration after finding out Aiden would be involved. Sounds childish and petty, right? Well, here's the kicker. There's an actual Discord call between MrBeast and Aiden that laid everything out and got everyone connecting the dots. And trust me, it's worth paying attention to every detail in that clip. In the call, MrBeast said, "You can't say a name if I tell the story." Aiden agreed, saying you wouldn't. MrBeast then explained how he had been inviting creators to join his stream. One person said yes at first, but then when MrBeast mentioned Aiden would also be part of it, he reminded them that Aiden had helped raise over $2 million for charity in the past. Instead of being impressed, this person asked if Aiden could just leave the stream and go to a separate room when they joined. MrBeast pushed back, explaining that it was Aiden's stream and that wouldn't make sense. The unnamed person then flat out refused, saying, "Well, I can't do it then." Hearing that was shocking. Even Aiden reacted with disbelief, joking about how people were acting like he had committed some horrible crime just by being involved. His reaction made the story sound even more believable, and he and MrBeast ended up laughing it off. But the internet? They weren't laughing. They immediately went into detective mode and decided it had to be Kai. Things escalated so quickly that MrBeast himself jumped onto Twitter to do damage control, posting, "I never said it was Kai, and to be clear, it's not Kai. Let's chill with this whole Kai hate boner thing." Sure, that sounds like MrBeast denying it, but let's be honest, it had all the energy of someone saying, "I'm not saying it was them because they don't want to beef with one of Twitch's biggest streamers." After all, MrBeast is known for avoiding drama whenever possible. To make things even funnier, the original person who posted the tweet clapped back by telling people to ask Kai about the schools in Nigeria. And that, right there, brings us to Kai's next major controversy. Back in early 2024, Kai made a massive announcement that sent shockwaves across his fanbase. He wasn't just going to donate to some existing charity or hand out money in a one-off gesture. No, he promised to actually build physical schools in Nigeria. This could have been groundbreaking for thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, of children, giving them access to free education, better classrooms, and the hope of a brighter future. Kai even traveled to Nigeria himself, meeting locals and promising them face-to-face that he'd provide whatever they needed to transform their community. In one video, he was shown a crumbling building. Locals explained how dangerous it had become, how classrooms were overcrowded to the point where 365 children were forced into a single room. They begged for support to rebuild, explaining that they needed stronger structures and more space. Kai responded with powerful words, telling them how happy he was to meet them, praising their energy, and vowing to provide better classrooms and equipment. He promised to spend his entire stay in Nigeria, about a week and a half, making sure progress was happening. He even said that once he left, he'd stay in touch and ensure that the next time he visited, the school would be completely transformed. His words sounded inspiring, even life-changing. But fast forward about 6 months later, and the reality couldn't be more different. There were no updates, no progress photos, no construction videos, nothing. A YouTuber even traveled to Makoko, one of the slums in Lagos where Kai had promised to build, and found everything exactly the same as before. The place was still drowning in poor conditions, with no building materials, no workers, and no sign of any project starting. Naturally, people began asking the obvious question, what happened to the money Kai promised for these schools? Kai had once said in a video, "I will be back. And when I'm back, the school is going to be done. The process has begun. It's going to be a beautiful story." He even boasted about raising a large amount of money, pledging to add more from his own pocket to fund staff and operations. But instead of progress, all his fans got was silence. His lack of updates turned into fuel for outrage. Social media users blasted him, calling him selfish and manipulative for making his fans believe something was happening when it clearly wasn't. One person even pointed out that Kai hadn't donated a single cent to MrBeast's charity effort either, saying it perfectly tied his pattern of empty promises together. While Kai seemed to completely forget about his school project in Nigeria, he also managed to skip out on another massive charity drive, TeamWater. For anyone unfamiliar, this was MrBeast's global initiative to provide clean drinking water to 2 million people around the world. It became one of the biggest collaborative charity drives in internet history, with over 3 million creators participating. Everyone from Logan Paul, Trainwrecks, and FaZe Banks to entire companies like Google, TikTok, and Twitch dropped huge donations. Collectively, they raised over $8 million to bring clean water to struggling communities worldwide. And to make things more interesting, Adin Ross himself went on record saying, "If Kai donates $400,000, I'll match it with another $400,000 of my own." That could have been nearly $1 million going directly to clean water. But instead of jumping in, Kai stayed silent. No donation, no public acknowledgement, not even a vague "I'll think about it." His name never showed up on the leaderboard. The whole thing escalated when MrBeast originally called out XQC and Kai for bragging about who was richer during one of their streams. MrBeast playfully suggested they settle it by donating to TeamWater, saying whoever gave the most would officially be the richest. That led to him getting on a live call with Adin Ross, XQC, and other streamers, all of whom started pledging massive donations. They repeatedly tried to get Kai involved, but he ignored their calls. Even Adin reminded viewers multiple times that Kai still hadn't contributed. A day later, there was still nothing from Kai. This all piled onto the growing list of reasons fans were frustrated. Here's a guy who has no issue flexing his luxury cars, designer fits, and million-dollar bank statements on stream, but when it comes to actually changing lives in the real world, he suddenly goes completely silent.